on in the world of sports. Now, let's take a little bit of the highlights of what has been going on. There was a FIFA delegation in the country. I think it spent about 2 days or 3 days talking to the officials of the FKF. They launched something or the other, and then they left. We understand they left with goodies. We don't know exactly what goodies they left us with, but we'll be able to talk about that in just one little while. At the same time, we have one of Kenya's assistant referees appointed to officiate in the Women's World Cup. After the Men's Soccer World Cup that was in Qatar, there's going to be a Women's Soccer World Cup, which is going to be in Australia. Now, it's still a couple of months to go, but it's still something to celebrate as well, that has been done. And one of the other things that is happening at the moment is the CHAN, the Cup of Nations for the home-based players, is starting tomorrow in Algeria. Never mind the fact that there's been a historic ban on an athlete. 36 years ban. Now, if you're 20, you just had 36, he'll be able to run when he's 56. I don't know what he'll be doing at that time, but that happened as well. Those are some of the highlights of what we'll be talking about today. I am in the company of some very interesting people to talk to about sports. I am in the company of the cool kid. Ken Chege is here. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year. I haven't seen you since last year.
I haven't seen you since the World Cup started.
No, say it like it's a good thing. You know, the way you're saying it is not, it's like it's a bad thing.
It's so long ago since I saw you, Brendan. That's why.
Well, I haven't seen you for a long time as well. It's good to see you. Your barber is still in business, I can see.
He's in top shape.
You're still paying him well?
Absolutely.
All right.
He's in good shape.
So Ken's going to be one of the men we'll be going through the paces with in today's program. On the other side is someone we should have been talking to a very long time ago as well. She is Cynthia Mumbo. She's a commercial sports consultant.
Yes.
What does that mean?
It means I talk about money in sports.
Money in sports?
Yes.
And that's what we need to be talking about every day. So we should be talking to every day about that.
Absolutely.
It's good that you're here finally.
Thank you,
Bernard. We'll be talking about that.
What
worked for you this week, or even in the past few weeks after the World Cup?
I've been watching a bit of tennis.
Tennis?
Yes, and I was very impressed to see the jock in Australia 1 year after his
Australia
debacle.
has said that they will now allow all the players to go there, COVID or no COVID.
Yeah, and to put the icing on the cake, he's already won the Adelaide International. So next week he's ready.
Joke, eh?
He's ready to go the
We're talking about Novak Djokovic. Yes,
Australian Open.
That, yes.
And he is seated on opposite sides with Rafael Nadal.
Whoa.
So I hope we can see a Rafael Nadal versus Djokovic final, but it hasn't started yet. It starts on Monday. We wait and see.
Excellent. That is one to look out for. Is there anything that worked out for you or that you noticed in the week about sports? Well, the commercial part of it, if you'd like.
No, just excited to talk about the FIFA team that was here, FIFA and CAF.
Yes, yes.
Pretty excited. But also the Basketball Africa League, is going to be happening pretty soon. So, and I know that the NBA team is around.
There's a basketball to make money from all this. Thank you very much for coming.
Coming up. So there's stuff happening within that space, and really exciting. I can't wait.
Brilliant. Let's get deep into the program now. We'll start off with the FKF weekend results. In spite of the fact that there's a lot going on with the Football Kenya Federation, the league is going on, and there were matches that were played over the weekend. Yesterday was Thursday. There were also matches that were played yesterday. And we had some very interesting results as well. The Leopards got wet fried by Bidco 4-1. Bandari was beaten by Tusker 2-1. Mathare lost to Sofapaka in some of the selected results. Tusker continues to lead the table. Now, Tusker lost incidentally, but they're still on top of the table. How is that so?
Tusker lost to Bandari away in Mombasa. I happened to have been in Mombasa over the weekend.
Okay.
It was a celebration.
Were you watching the matches?
I wasn't watching the matches, but I just happened to be there.
Okay.
Don't ask me what I was doing.
Right.
But Tusker still sits on top. 1 point ahead of Nzoia, but a match in hand.
They've got a match
Tusker started off very well. Yes. Okay, so even that loss really doesn't affect them much.
Mm-hmm.
On the other end of the table, we have beloved Mathare. They finally managed to get a point yesterday.
That was in yesterday's
on
matches.
their fourth match. That was their fourth match. So now they have a point. They are rooted at the bottom of the table, but they've only played 4 matches. Tusker has played 7. Others have played 8 and 6 matches. So we hope they can, that this was a blessing in disguise. It would really be sad if Mathare was relegated 2 years in a row.
Well, they were already relegated,
2 years
if
in
you
a row.
remember, until things started happening again.
So I hope it's going to turn out better for them. But
Right.
Gor Mahia is I never rule out Gor Mahia until the last minute. They're only 4 points behind with a match in hand against Tusker. With vis-a-vis Tusker.
Gor Mahia fans would tell you, first of all, before you even continue, remove that line of, I never rule out Gor Mahia. Does anyone rule out Gor Mahia? I mean, really, Mumbo, what do you think about this?
I honestly don't understand what he's talking about. It's Gor Mahia, come on.
I'm in the wrong company.
No. She's a commercial sports consultant. She knows about Gor Mahia.
Oh, yeah,
In fact, we have to
absolutely.
talk about the commercial value of these two teams, FC Leopards and Gor Mahia. What's your comment on that?
It's a very simple question. What is the value? Can we put a commercial value to our teams? We can't. I can tell you what Arsenal is worth. I can tell you what Manchester is worth. I can tell you what, and we have those discussions. We talk about players being moved from A to B to C, and we talk about that commercial value. We have to be able to start speaking about what the commercial value of our teams are. What's the commercial value of Mathare United? Just basically, if I came back from a marketing perspective, the brand value of Gor Mahia is very easily 1 billion Kenya shillings. But then how do you turn that over to really become hard cash?
And that's a big question that most of the teams are facing at the moment, just knowing what their real commercial value is and then turning it into money, like you're saying, and having people buy into that brand. Because you see a lot of jerseys, one of the most fulfilling feelings you can have is to see a Gor Mahia or an FC Leopards jersey in another country.
Oh, absolutely.
Where you least expect it.
Oh, yeah.
In Ghana, in Sekondi, and you see someone wearing an FC Leopards or a Gor Mahia shirt.
Yeah.
But then, again, when you talk to most of the people out there, they will ask you about Gor Mahia and FC Leopards. Those are the teams that are known.
Yeah, that's history.
In fact,
But
there's
the
no
brand value-
conversation that you have about football anywhere out of this country.
About this country
and Gor Mahia and FC Leopards. Okay, Gor Mahia first and then maybe the others. But there's no conversation you have without those two brands appearing in the conversation.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll probably have this discussion another time on the real commercial value of these teams and how they can actually get there. Because, like you're saying, they probably don't know it at the moment. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that point one of these days. There were matches yesterday as well. You said Mathare managed to get 1 point. Which other matches were there yesterday?
Yes. So there was that match where Mathare got a point against. I think it was Ulinzi.
Okay.
And then, sorry, I lost this.
Oh, you don't have it there.
I do not.
Okay,
I don't have
but
it
we
here.
know
That's
that that Tusker is actually on the table at the
Tusker
moment.
is ahead. Yes.
All right, brilliant. Let's move on then.